17 of the
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go from Soldier Field. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
Partner, do we still count this as the holiday season?
A little bit of a gray area, but I think you can.
Okay, well, we just passed it, right? Well, the gifts keep coming to our guy, don't they?
They do.
I mean, think about this now. Clinch the playoff spot. Offensive player of the week in Week 16. I think he's going to keep going. I think he's going to keep firing away. I don't think they pull back at all.
Yeah, and everybody for them rounding into form right now. Meanwhile, Tua's throw complete there to Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Steelers at 14-1 now on the year. And they've been flawless these last couple months. Winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit, because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he completes it to the tight end Knox. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 catches, 129 yards, and he threw a touchdown in there for good measure.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? But it's actually been the opposite. They're giving him a lot of attention, but he's been very creative and savvy in his route running and finding seams and openings in order to create these completions.
Tua's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move. Charles, that's a route that you and I have seen time and time again in our years up in this booth, and that executed well and a great throw, too.
And sometimes, even if you know it's coming, the execution will trump whatever you do on the defensive side of the ball. Plus, it's a well-thrown football. A nice, healthy gain right there.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Knox. 2nd down and 8. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. So here are the Bears banked up to start their initial drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
In recent years, we've seen a lot of love for North Dakota State in the NFL draft. And Trey Lance, he's a great example of what the Bison are sending to the league each and every year. This guy looks like a franchise quarterback. He wants his opportunity to prove it to the rest of the league.
Following the fumble recovery, Lance under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. This is taken at about the 14. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. This defense for the Bears, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Harold Landry, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
This is swung out to Eckler. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Tua going to throw. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he will have a Steelers 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Don't do us like that.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know they'll be here before you know it.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Tua. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Tua. And he fires one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Well, not too long ago, Charles, that would have been a new NFL record. But instead, it's shy of setting the record, which is 66, but still from 65 away, one of the longest kicks in league history.
And that puts him in elite company in the NFL. Only a few have ever even attempted that, let alone put it through the post. How about his moment? It came together for him, and he delivered.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Lance now to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it looks like Steeler football. It is. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On 2nd and 9, Tua. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jonathan Taylor with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Lance. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. On second down, Eckler. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Good clean call. No fans coming out of the officials. Turns into a completion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at about the 28. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it. From midfield, here's Tua.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And incomplete on the deep ball. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Looking to pass. Tua. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Well, the Bears offense out there set and ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the option, here's Eckler. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Tua now on first down. Works right side into the hands of the tight end Knox. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on second down. Tua, they'll set up the screen to Taylor. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, Tagovailoa finding Knox there, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. They give to Taylor out of the gun. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. The medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Back to Taylor on first down. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Taylor. And he loses the football a second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 15-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. On 1st down, Lance. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Again, it's Lance. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. Slant to Adams. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Lance. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they're on the board now. It's 15-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room. Yeah, and trailing into break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Tua going to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. got his man complete. Moore. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Browns who have the lead in the second quarter.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Lance to throw it. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his fourth down call.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Tua sets up to pass it. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Knox. Running left, Taylor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That's interference. Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Play action, now it's Tua. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Tua. He'll drop this down to Taylor, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
There certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down.
1st downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And this will be a Bears 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Lance.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Here's Lance. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And Lance now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Tress Way now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Drive for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. On play action, Lance sliding out of the pocket. He's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That goes for a gain of 31.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the option, here's Eckler. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Lance. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They'll take over after that pretty clutch forced fumble as they begin inside their own 5-yard line. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Tua. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. He's got room past the 30. Look at the big fella go. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
Tua now on first down. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they coughed it up. Led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. This offense so far on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Tressway now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Tua. Finding Knox there, complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Complete to Dawson Knox.
not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Tua going to throw. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a give to Taylor. He showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. From the 5, 2nd and 4. They run once more with Taylor. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Preston Williams, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct? But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
The pass there complete to Sutton. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Lance looks to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now Lance. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for our Bears.
Lance now on first down. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. At the Steelers.
From the 30 on second down. Lance, open man is Palmer. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. White. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. And Lance going to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Here we go, set.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Second down, another run with Taylor. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To the right side, this is Taylor. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Pulled in at the 24. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it was